Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Talking Head Show here on USA Global TV and Radio. My name is Roland Friedl, and as you can hear from my accent, I'm not a native US or UK English speaker. I'm raised and born in this beautiful small country in the middle of Europe in Austria, where I went to school and university, started a very fast business career, was the youngest member of board of director in a business, quit it immediately after 3 years and started my own businesses worldwide. And I love to travel. The reason for that I started my own business, I love to travel. I love to get in contact with other cultures, languages. And so it came across that I was thinking about what can I do to, on the other hand, travel and still working. And I started, besides other businesses, I started a training and coaching consulting company 2.5 decades ago. And right now we are facilitating and delivering trainings and coaching consulting. I'm not quite sure, about 8 or 9 languages. You're going to see them on our website, with my team for multinational billion-dollar companies, but also for startups. That's a little bit my background. And I welcome you to my Talking Head Show. And actually, it's the module, How Helping Customers Manage Change Through Innovation. And we will bring up the decks, and then I lead you through a small presentation about the next 25 minutes. And the idea of it is that you get an understanding how you can help your customers. Doesn't matter if you are a large scale business nationally or internationally, or a single entrepreneur, doesn't matter. It's all about helping customers to manage change through innovation, especially after this tremendously challenging last 2 years. And in this module, I split it in or chunked it down into 12 episodes. We had already had 2 episodes. This is now episode number 3. So if you missed the previous 2 episodes, please go on YouTube. You will find the recordings there. Just put in USA Global TV, Radio, Talking Head, Roland Friedl, and then you find also the recordings. Okay, so today I want to talk about the so-called golden circle, which can be an eye-opener, like it was for me years ago when I was introduced to this concept. And actually, when you look at my websites, they all our offering is on the same, what you can call it, methodology or approach. So sorry, my microphone skipped. Yeah, and those of you who already joined all the other shows, I guess it's now episode 21. So I did 2 other modules. So if interested, the first module had 6 episodes. I've been talking about how to run effective team meetings and give feedback to your teams. That was the first module. You will find it also on YouTube. The second module had 12 episodes. It was all about control of attention, meaning performance under pressure. And now, as I mentioned here, it's a more specific topic in selling. It's more about helping your customers manage change through innovation. And as I said, now we have the Golden Circle episode 3. And for those of you who already know how I'm working, they know that I always do it under this methodology, what I call the format system. We have a look at the why. Why is it important to get to know about the Golden Circle? Why I can help you? Why it's important? Then we look at the what. What exactly is it? Then on the how you're doing it. And then we talk a little bit about the implementation, what if. Okay, let's get started. So why is the Golden Circle important? Why does it make sense to have a look at it? yeah, the thing is that, what from my experience is that every company knows what to do. Hopefully, some know how to do it, but only a very few know why they are doing it. Yeah, why they are doing it, and customers don't buy what you do; they buy by why you're doing it. That's so important. And I give a short story. I remember many years ago, over 20 years ago, when I was starting a nutrition company with thousands of distributors worldwide. I got a recommendation to talk to a very famous professor about this product. This was a supplement product, a very good one, which I'm still taking every day. And yeah, and I remember it was many years ago. And I was a little bit nervous. I was much younger. I was a little bit nervous. I came to this highly reputed professor and I said to him, where do you want to start, on the product or on the business opportunity? And I said, young man, stop. Tell me, first of all, how you get involved and why you get involved. Why are you talking about this product? Why are you using this product? Why are you selling this product? It's all about the why. So people interested in why industry, what's your motivation? So what we know is that once customers have bought into the why you're doing it, they are more willing and more comfortable buying again and being loyal. That's very important. That makes a tremendous interest. And we will have a deeper look at that. So why it's important to get to know about the golden circle is, to understand the why, the how, and the what. And the approach for your customers is always starting with the why. Tell them why you are doing it, and I will bring you some famous, very successful example. What is it exactly? The golden circle. Actually, the golden circle is what I saw, a very interesting and successful approach introduced by an American guy, Simon Sinek, in his book Start With Why. And I highly recommend this book to you as a must read, as an absolute must read. And actually, it was a game changer for myself and for all my customers. Simon Sinek. If you're not a reader, when you go on YouTube, you will find a lot of videos. I guess he has the TED record in, I don't know, 2 million views in a very short of period. I remember, doesn't matter. But have a look, Start With Why, and he explains absolutely very good written why it's so important to start with why. And as I said, most companies do know what they're doing. Only a few know how they're doing it, but most of them cannot even tell you why they're doing it. And just another example, I have an executive client from a huge international construction company, a billion Swiss franc company. And we do a lot of executive coachings together, transformation coachings. And he came back to me and said, Roland, can you help me in formulating a why? And for his company he's working for, meaning setting up a new vision, mission, and a purpose. What's the why? And I said to him, yeah, I can do it, but it doesn't make sense. It must come from you and your stuff in your company. So what we are doing is I will moderate several workshops for them and do brainstorming and find a clear why it's so important. So even in the construction company, which is kind of a very conservative industry, on the first side, they understand it's so important to have a clear why and communicate this why to the customers and to the world, and not just hiring a PR agency or whatever and formulate some nice phrases and put on the website. No, it must come from the team itself. What's your why you're doing it, and the customers want to know it. So what's the golden circle? The golden circle is an approach and it's introduced by Simon Sinek, and as I said before, I highly recommend this book, Starting With Why, and because it can really help you better identify and understand industry's change on a customer level. It's so important. So we will have a look at two levels, from a customer's point of view, and we also will look as a seller, as a vendor point of view, why it's so important to have a look on the why, the what, and the how. And maybe by understanding, I would say, the bigger picture, you're more credible with the customer and better positioned to help manage their challenges and their opportunities. Because at the end of the day, you are successful with your business when you help your customers manage their challenges and their opportunities. and you're better positioned to sell within that industry. Absolutely. So we're starting with why. When you're using this approach, this concept, you will, in your customer's eye, you will, as I said, better positioned and better informed on their changing world. So have a read on that, on this amazing book. But now let's look from the why it's important, what it is. Let's go on a deeper look on how you're doing this. As I said, this approach from Simon Sinek start with why is it starts always with the why, then it goes to the how, and then it goes to the what. And when you look at my website, I'm a business website, or whatever I'm doing, we always do it the same. Every product we explain why it's important, why we are doing it, why it's important for the customer, how we are doing it, and what exactly we are doing. But we always start with the why. And yeah, let's have when you're ready, let's get a deeper look. You can make screenshots if you want, or you can also see the recordings later. And as I said, I highly recommend the book by Simon Sinek. So let's have a look at the 2 real-world uses of the golden circle to ensure you understand the concept. So first, in the vendors, let's first start in the vendors context. You see on the right side. Hopefully you can read the slides. Otherwise, you can also see it in the book. So as I said, when you start with why is your purpose? Yeah, why you're doing it? That's the purpose. And I highly recommend, when you are running your own business, a single entrepreneur or a larger company, or when you're in charge for a company or a division of a company, really sit down and find your why. What's your purpose? What's the vision? What's the mission? What's the purpose? And really sit down and take your time. It's so important, because that's the guideline for everything else you and your team is doing. And your customers are very interested in what's your purpose, what's your why. So it's starting with the purpose. And as I said, only a few companies know why they do it, what they do, and the purpose or reason why the company exists. So what is the reason? What is the purpose that your company is existing? Yeah, think about it. And and communicate it to the outer world. But first of all, you have to be clear about it. Your team member have to be clear about it. Everybody has to be aligned on that, which is the first step on a success star. Maybe you saw this before in my other episodes. For a high-performing team, everyone has to be aligned on the purpose. That's very important. So why you're doing it. Secondly, you have to look at it how you're doing it. So actually, as I said before, it's about the process. Yeah. Some companies know how to do it and their operating model and how they are different. Yeah. Some companies know it, but be very clear about it. What's the process, how you're doing it. And at the end, what's the what? What's the result of all this? And as I said, every company knows what they do, the products they sell, the services they sell. They know the products, they know the services, they know this, where they will know all the features. People who are in sales with technical products, they're very in love with the technical features of the product and services. Yeah, they're quite good in it. That's the baseline, yes. But also have a look at the process. And as I said before, on the purpose, what's your why? Okay. So let's get deeper in practice. So when you want to work together with your customers, maybe retain the account or grow account or find new customers, then have a deep look on the customer's why. What's the cause, or what's the issue with the issue? So meaning, what I mean with this is, have a deep conversation with your customers about the reason why something is or has or will need to change in the customer's industry. As I said, what's the issue with the issue? First of all, what's the issue? And then what's the issue with the issue? Have a deep conversation. What's going on in the customer's industry? What's changing? What changed the last 2 years? Maybe you're not technology industry, and you will know that your customers, when you read Gartner or Starters or from other highly reputed organization, you will see that CEOs want to just stabilize the companies going through these rough times. It's not so much about growing, it's more about stabilizing. And by doing this, and also having a good cash flow, and by doing this, what they want is to have more efficient workplaces, more productive employees, and security is also a huge part. The question is, can you help them out with your product and services so they're more efficient, more productive, and more secure? As an example, in the technical industry or in the IT solution industry. So first of all, find out in a communication together with your customer, or maybe you just inform yourself. We call this business curiosity, but will we talk in one of the next comings episodes, is find out the reason why something is or changing or has to change or will need to change in the customer's industry. Yeah, what's the cause? What's the why? Why the customer should change? As we see in some industry, as with the pandemic, people couldn't travel, salespeople couldn't see their clients in person, so a lot of things changed. So a lot of things went on online, some video conferences. We see that marketing became more and more important in sales, meaning marketing and promote through different channels, because most of the salespeople haven't been able to see their customer in analog, like having meetings. So marketing became more and more important. So a lot of stuff changed. People are working remotely. Some of them full-time remotely from home. Some people are now, after the pandemic, coming hybrid, half remotely at home, half home office, half in the office. So a lot of stuff is changing. So have a deep look at what exactly is changing in your customer's industry. What's the cause? And then have a look at the how, about the process, meaning how change is being made or was made or will need to be made, and who is involved. Okay, so after, when you find the cause, what's changing, what's the issue, look at the process, how change is being made, how it get made for the customer. Yeah. And have a deep look at that, and maybe you prepare for yourself, but the best way is first of all, approaching your customer proactively, actively, but you can also do it actively together with an existing customer, for example, for account retention, but also for account growth. And we know when we want account growth, we need retention, meaning customer loyalty, positive customer experience, of course. But if we want to grow the account, we need to bring in innovation. And that's all about this model, helping your customers manage change through innovation. So have a look at the processes. Yeah, how the change can be made. What is helpful for a customer? What needs to be changed? Yeah, or what has to be changed? Have a deep look at that. And then look at the what on the effect, meaning what change looks or will look like. So the tangible and intangible impact. So give an outlook, give the customer outlook on outview. Okay, when he's changing, when he will change, when he will invest, when he will go in another direction. What's the impact? What's the positive impact to his business? Or you can also do it the other way around. If he's not changing, what's the negative impact to his business in the future? Okay, so the what is from the customer's view, it's the effect. Yeah. And when you look at the parallels now for customers and vendors, you see, okay, what's the cause? Why the customer should change? Yeah, what's the issue? Why they should change? And you have your purpose. Well, this is your why. Then on the customer side, we have the how. That's the process. How you're gonna how they should change, what they should, how they should do it. And your how is also your process. It's both process sides. Yeah, so you know exactly how you're doing it to help your customers. And with the what, meaning with the result you bring to him, with the product, your service you're offering, you can give him an outlook if he's changing, a positive impact on his business, or if he's not changing, you see your dick in his pain. If he's not changing, what's the negative impact all about this? Okay, so I hope it was clear for you, and I will repeat it a little bit, but I really, really highly recommend read Simon Sinek's book, who goes very, very deep into everything, each part of it. And he brings a lot of examples too. We will talk about one example, but he brings more examples in this book. And Yeah, learn about it. Learn about it. What is your why? From your point of view, from your what's your purpose, what's your why, from your point of view, why you're in the business, why are you doing this, what's your purpose, and then from the customer side of you, have a look at it, why the customer should change. Yeah. What are business goals? What challenges are he's facing? With this challenging, can he reach the business goals if he's not moving? What processes are needed uh, at the customer side to be changed? Yeah, and what exactly has to be changed, and what's the impact when he changes, or what's the negative impact when he's not changing? So get a deep look at it. If you need more detailed information about this specific topic, you are much more than welcome to contact us. We can help you. We did this the last month for a US and Canadian company to help their sales force to engage their customers by helping them managing change through innovation. It's a very interesting topic, and I hardly believe besides, I guess we have two challenges right now in the world, in the business world. One is finding the right talents, engaging and be attractive to the right talents, because we have a employee market or not an employer market, an employee market. So targeting, attracting, engaging the right talents and binding them and educating them and leading them and binding them to your business, the good ones. That's one challenge we have. And the other challenge we have to face is we have to be very innovative and always bring new innovation to our customers. So helping them to be successful on the market. That's the two challenges we have. And to be successful in the market, we have to, as I said before, it's not only about account retention, it's also about growing the account, and you only can grow your account through innovation. And if you talk with your customer about innovation, you have to be clear about what's the why from his side, from the industry's side, why they should change, what's the cause, yeah, and what's the issue, and then finding out what's the issue with the issue, yeah, what issue does he have with this issue and it's not changing, and then explain him the process. Okay, how you gonna change it for him, and then you talk about the effect. What's the result when he's changing, or what's the negative impact if he's not changing? Okay, so good. So I want to give you an example about. I think one company does this very, very good from the beginning, and it's also one of examples of the book. But everybody knows this company, with this Apple, and I remember many, many years ago when this small product came on the market, the iPod. Maybe you remember the iPod, the small gadget. And I got one too, but I don't know if you know that Apple was not the first company on the market with a product like this, where you can have digital music with you. It was another company. I guess it was Creative, was one of the first I know. So Apple just copied. Sorry, Apple, but that's what they did. They just copied the product, put in a better design. Technology was not much better, but just a better design. But then the marketing was just perfect. I don't know many years ago. I know it's many years ago, but maybe you remember how Creative solved this problem. Creative, the company solved it the old way, and they solved it. Okay, you have a gadget here, and this gadget has a feature. You can store information, songs, and you can store, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 5 gigabyte of data. That's how they solved it. They solved the feature of the product. And Apple just copied the product, as I said, and made a much better design, much more customer friendly, design. And they went out of the market not with technical features. What they said is, have your 1,000 favorite songs with you, and that's what customer interested in. What's the why? Why should I buy this product? I don't buy it for the technical feature. I buy it. What's the benefit for it? And I can have with this gadget my 1,000 favorite songs with me. That's why I buy it. And I don't care if you need 3 or 5 or even 10 gigabyte on space for that. And that's what the Apple approach was. It started with why. Why? What's the why? And the why is to make a customer-friendly product so you can have your 1,000 favorite songs with you on a small device all the time with you, and you can listen to your favorite songs. That was the difference. Yeah. Just copying a product was having a good idea, get rid of the technical features because no one is interested, and communicate to your audience what they're interested in, what's customer friendly besides the design. And this was, and I really repeat it, this will have your 1,000 favorite songs with you, or something like that was the slogan. So Apple is just amazing in launching products, with amazing marketing, and they know exactly what customer wants. What they do is they don't do product development, they do just customer development. Yeah, finding out what is customer friendly from design, from the handling, and then to tell a customer why they should buy it. Yeah, and that's the success of it. And if you want to, there are more companies out of that, and it's also a chance for you to find this. And as I said, I do this in different industry with my team worldwide. Even for we also even do it now for a very, I would say, conservative, traditional, huge construction company. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you believe that your product is sexy or not. You can make it sexy. You just have to customize it, meaning make it customer friendly, whatever it is. If it's B2C or B2B, doesn't matter at all. And start with the why. Why you're doing this? Think about why you're doing it, how you're doing it, what you're doing it. It's easy, but what's your why? Find out why your customer should change, how they can change, and what's the impact for the customer. This is what I meant in a B2B context, and in a retail context, it's a little bit different. Let's go back to Apple on a retail context, meaning on a B2C context. When we look at retail, let's say on luxury products, like luxury goods, like, I don't know, my dear friend Dr. Shagley, she loves luxury bags or shoes or whatever, jewelry, what girls love, Let's look at retail in specific, and the cause, the why. The cause was in especially the last 2 years with the pandemic, COVID. COVID was just amplifying consumer motivation for some more sustainable and products, meaning more for sustainability, as disposable incomes decline. So that's what the cause. And the process was that brands or retailers are expected to enter the marketplace to challenge eBay and regional sites, websites. And the effect on this was that the re-commerce market for luxury goods is forecast to double in size by 2025. So you look from the retail side, is the cause is that the consumer behaving is changing. It's more about sustainability. Income is declining. The process is that more brands and retailers are entering marketplaces like have really challenged by how to say, secondo mano, second-hand products on eBay or other sites where you can buy the second-hand stuff. And the effect is that the re-commerce market for luxury products is also really doubling. Yeah? Even in the luxury field, the re-commerce is doubling the next 3 years. That's a cause and effect from the retail side, when you understand this. So when we look this and on a company side like Apple, what did Apple? When we look at the vendor side, what's the why? Why they're so successful? And actually, to be honest, Apple doesn't have any customer. Apple has no customer. Apple has fans. Apple has a huge fan base. That's the difference. So what's the difference between a customer and a fan? A customer buys a product, is happy or not. A fan will stay with you also in the bad times, even when you're in trouble, when the product is not so good. Like when you're a fan of a football team or whatever it is. Yeah. You're a fan of your team. Sometimes your team wins, sometimes your team loses, but you're still a fan. You're not running away like a customer who's not happy anymore. Yeah, an unhappy customer runs away. A fan might be unhappy with your results, but he's still staying. He still stays with you. So Apple has a huge fan base, and the reason for this is that they have a very, very clear why They know exactly their why, and they communicate it also to the audience. And the why, their purpose is that everything we do, that's an Apple statement, everything we do, we believe is challenging the status quo and thinking differently. So they challenge the status quo of consumer goods and make it more customer friendly. That's the purpose. Their why, challenging the status quo, making things better. They didn't invent computers. They didn't invent mobile phones, cellular phones. They didn't invent the iPod. Other companies have been on the market earlier. They just made it more computer friendly, so they challenged the status quo. I became an Apple fan. I'm sorry for that, but I don't work on any Windows program because Apple. Not only that I love the design, it's just the IT, the solution, the programming, the programs. I love it much better. They're easier. They're more consumer friendly. They're easier to handle. So they really challenged the status quo. And that's their success. That's what they're doing, challenging the status quo, making it more consumer friendly. Same with the iPhone. There was not the first phone on the market. I do remember there was companies like, especially in Europe, like Nokia, the Swedish company, or there have been American products. Apple was not the first one, but it made it more consumer friendly. And they have a clear purpose. We challenge the status quo. We make it better. We challenge the status quo. We make it more consumer friendly. That's the why. And the process is what their statement is. We challenge the status quo by making beautifully designed, user-friendly products. That's the process. Okay. So the purpose is we challenge it. That's our why. And the process is we challenge the status quo by making beautifully designed and, as I said before, user-friendly or consumer-friendly products. And the result of that is, that we make great computers, phones, and wearables with complementing services. That's what they're doing. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I could give you a short overview about the golden circle. And if you want to implement it, do your business, it's not really difficult. It's just challenging your status quo thinking. And sometimes it's really helpful. And that's why I was talking to this huge construction company. I said, okay, if you want to change this with the stuff, with this old thinking, you don't make any difference. So that's why they hired me as an external, a third party, have a deeper look from outside without this tunnel blick, and helping them finding their why to be more successful on the market and communicating to their customers who are B2B or B2C. So if you want to implement it, one thing is read this book, yes, but if you really want to practice, if you really want to get deeper into the process to be successful on the mid and long term on this challenging world, in your market, which is more and more competitive, you're more than welcome to contact us. You can go, for example, on my main website, which is www.rolandfriedl.com. For those who are on a podcast and radio station, it's my name. I will spell it for you. It's ROLANDFRIEDL.com. And from there, you can link to our business site, which is the SBS, the Spartan Performance Business. And all our websites are in German and in English. And as I mentioned before, my team and myself, we can help you in 8 or 9 different languages. Thank you so much for listening and observing this channel here in USA Global TV and Radio. Today I made a little bit long, but I think it was quite an interesting topic. It is a game changer. It was a game changer for my business. It was a game changer for all my customers and many, many others. So stay tuned. Next week on next Tuesday, same time, same procedure, we continue with the module number 3, with the episode number 4. Thanks so much for watching and listening. And if you love this channel, if you love my Talking Head Show, you are more than highly welcome to recommend it to your friends. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.